I don't do this TikTok shit. I'm not good at it. I'm not particularly good at ad-libbing, but I want to respond to the socialist sweep in the elections this week, and the Mamdani Marxist Islamist win, and watching Dr. Steve Turley give his review, and it's you guys are so off the prairie. You have no fucking idea what happened there, and your analysis is completely wrong. So you're applying logic and reason, rationale and reason, to people who only think as emotionalists. That vote was completely about emotionalists. So we look at the Trump White House ballroom. When you look at it factually, what other presidents have done, I completely understand it. It's completely financed by donations. I think it's going to be wonderful, and it solves an issue with having invited guests and having somewhere to put them instead of outside tents in DC weather. But when you listen to the leftists, you listen to the emotionalists, all they see is the Great Gatsby. All they see is the people that are rich and celebrities, in their vulgarity of their richness. And quite frankly, and I watched that as a red pill liberal, watch the supposed conservative women. There are no Phyllis Schlafly's anymore. There are no Margaret Thatchers. All it is bling, your tits are exposed, your low-cut blouses, inviting a porn star to talk at the RNC convention. That's not conservative. That's vulgar. And, quite frankly, it seems to be like a Kardashian thing that we're doing here. When you see the vote with Mamdani, these are people who cannot pay their rent, or can't afford to, cannot afford a new home, cannot afford their mortgages, cannot afford their groceries. They are being squeezed. They don't seem to understand that the utopia is the opportunity of the United States, okay? And partly it's our fault. We didn't teach them. We stopped teaching 20th century history. They have no fucking idea about the, what was that, 1970 Bolshevik Revolution, okay, that, created the Soviet Union and the disaster that there was. They know nothing about the 1930s National Socialism that brought in Nazism. They know nothing about the 1960s Chairman, Mao's Cultural Revolution. They're ignorant. And, we left the education to leftists who wanted to break the system, and they've done an incredibly good job. So when you talk to the Mamdani supporters, and Dr. Steve Turley's going about, we missed the independence, all the rest of it. They stayed at home, and we didn't talk to the Republicans. Overwhelming white women voted for this, and on Twitter now, the For You has all become a mixture of left and right, and we're all kind of pissed off with it. But quite frankly, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to listen to these people and also respond to them. And here is this, seemingly intelligent woman, if you could imagine that from just looking at her. She's middle class, she's obviously educated, and she's thrilled that by next March, when her first child goes to kindergarten, it's going to be free. These people voted to break a system that's not working for them. And I'm a homeowner. I live in Phoenix. I live very simply. I have a low mortgage. I just got my homeowner's insurance update. It went up $700. I'm on a fixed income. I'm a real estate agent. There is no business. The market is frozen. Consumer confidence completely down. So you can go to your ballroom. You can have your little, Halloween party, and it all looks like Great Gatsby, and you all look like you're having a lot of fun. The bottom line is you are not listening to the emotionalists. America is not working for the majority of people. Are we better off than we were 4 years ago? No, we're not. Okay, you can blame Biden economics, you can blame him going after fossil fuels, because everything in this country is delivered on the back of a truck, and you can see it through there. But if you're not paying attention to it, if you're not talking about groceries, the rest of it, I can remember 4 years ago, or more than 4 years ago, I could go to Winco and get a dozen brown large eggs for $1.50. Yesterday I bought at Fry's, senior discount day for $4.50. That's 4 times the amount. And it's not just that. Everything is going up. Our incomes are not going up. So the GOP, Patriots, Republican Party, stop with your red carpet, stop with your fucking ballroom, stop with your, celebrity, online looking fabulous. You need to get down and dirty. You need to start talking to these people, and you need to start addressing their issues. And don't see it from a completely practical, logical rationale. You need to understand that emotionalism, because a lot of what they're doing is emotionalist, and we need to start educating the people. Why did we stop teaching the results of the Holocaust? No wonder there's this rise of anti-Semitism. I mean, this is the, whatever. These are, historically the most discriminated tribes and a religion for the longest time. And, whether it, and it has nothing to do with being Jewish and everything to do with being Jewish. Here are these leftist emotionalists who care about everyone. They're open and accepting, going after one particular group to hate them, to beat them, to harass them, and murder them. What the fuck? But we did this. You can laugh at youth all you want. We are responsible for their education, and we dropped the fucking ball. And we need to pick up that ball really quickly and start talking to them, or we're going to lose the next midterm, and we're going to lose the election, and therefore we will lose our country, and we will lose the Western civilization. We're that close. Thank you for listening.